Happy Thursday, coming off a break-even 2-2 day, and we have a huge 3-game slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more seam. 2-2 day yesterday. Like I said, break even, no harm, no foul. 6-3 now this week. We will gladly take that. More on the recap in just a little bit, but as you guys know, the website, justabetoutside.com, is live right now. Go leave your best bets in the community tab. Again, the community part is completely free to join, and it's a lot of fun because then you can always tail someone with just one click of a button. Takes you right to the markets. You can see all the odds and make your own bet as well. So like I said, free to join, but if you want to use those premium tools, which I use every single day, it's incredible. It's really helpful if you're a serious sports bettor. Use the promo code JABOLAUNCH if you want that one free month to get signed up. And we're working on some betting contests and the ability to put in parlays and all that kind of stuff in the markets tab. So it's improving quickly. So anyways, that's what we got for the website. But I'm ready to get right into it, and we have a dad joke for you. So here we go. I got mugged by 6 dwarves. Not happy. That's not bad. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups. And even though we got a small slate, every Thursday we give it, we're going to talk who's on fire, the hottest hitters in Major League Baseball in the last 7 days that you can use today and throughout the weekend. And then we're going to talk the best pitcher strikeout matchups in the entire 3-game pitcher report. And of course, we'll give any best bets we have. Again, it's going to be limited today with 3 games. And then also any leans, just to kind of talk through a little bit of it. But hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community. We got NFL right around the corner. So let's get this party started. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. A 2-2 day that should have been 3-1, but Rays money line. Guys, I love the read. I'll take it every single day. Plus 120 on the money line. This team led every single inning, heading to the bottom of that inning, from the 3rd through the 10th, and lost. That's right, 1-0 up all the entire game, and then bottom of the 8th, they give up 2 runs, right? Then they go to the 9th, get 2 runs in the top of the 9th on a Josh Lowe home run, Josh Lau. Then they were up 1 going to the 9th. Fairbanks blows it, gives up a home run to Volpe. Then we go to the next inning, and the Rays score one of those runners, and then the Yankees do the same, and then they lose it in the 11th. Just absolutely brutal. But again, when you're sitting plus 120 and you're in extras, I mean, you're making a good read, obviously. They just blew it. It just is what it is. That happens sometimes. Rangers money line, nice win. It was close all game, and then they finally broke it open a little bit at the end. But we'll take that. Eovaldi was just absolutely dominant. Love that one. Bobby Witt, Kyle Stowers, holy smokes. You know what? If you're going to get hitters to not hit, might as well just have it both be in the same parlay and get it over with. Because we've been on, I think we won, 3 in a row hitter parlays or something. This one was ugly. Bobby Witt went over. And I just want to point out, it is not easy to go over or to bet Bobby Witt when he goes hitless. It's not easy, and I did it, so you're welcome. And Kyle Stowers also went hitless. I cooled down 2 hot hitters. And then Shota Imanaga was the added play today. We started out the day with a nice, easy winner. He went 5 innings. Brewers got to him a little bit, or at least enough, because he did not come out for the 6th. So, again, 2-2 day. We will take it. It's been a good week so far, but that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the hitter matchups. There it is, 5 hitter matchups. That's not bad for 3 games, actually. Duran of the Rangers, 7 for 13 off George Kirby Puckett. Josh Lau, 3 for 10 off Marcus Stroman. McMahon, the new Yankee, 4 for 8 off Pepe Le Pew. And then Fortes, 3 for 8 now on the Rays facing Stroman. And then Connor Cottonaggio, 3 for 8 against Carlos Carrasco. You got that right. We have seen names like Rich Over the Hill, Dallas Keuchel, Carlos Carrasco. The old men are coming back. That's right. Again, these guys are like around my age, but I like making fun of them. Anyways, that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's talk the bad hitter matchups. And we got Semien off Kirby. How about 3 for 24 with 3 Ks? Seager also 0 for 13 with 2 Ks. I will say Kirby is not exactly himself right now. He showed glimpses of it, so we'll see what we get. But Trent Grisham 1 for 11 off Pepio. Jazz Chisholm 0 for 11 off of him. And then Yandy Diaz 1 for 10 off Marcus Stroman. So that's what we got for the hitter matchups. Now let's talk who's on fire. All right, here is page 1, and we got a little over 2 pages of hitters. Again, hopefully this helps you guys out for the next few days. Obviously not just for this 3-game slate, but these are the hitters on fire last 7 days. Minimum 20 at-bats, and you must be hitting 340 or higher to make the list. We do this every single week to help you guys out. It starts with Bo Bichette, 405. I think he had a hit in like 9 consecutive at-bats at one point. But Manny Machado, my goodness, 533 with 10 ribbies. That's not too shabby. You go down there, Michael Harris, it's about time. I'll tell you that, because he's supposed to be a solid hitter, and he has struggled all year, but now hitting 500 last 7 days with a couple home runs. And Lo Perfido of the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are just such a deep lineup. 500 with 2 ribbies himself. And then you see Gunnar Henderson starting to swing it as well. Jose Ramirez, obviously, 345, but 0 home runs and 0 ribbies. And then Arias, we've talked about many times before. He's hitting 429. So that's what we got for page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's look at page 2. Starts out with Willy Adames up there at 391. But then we also have guys like Nick Kurtz. That's right. 571 average, 4 home runs, 9 ribbies. You guys know he did those 4 home runs all in one game. But then Tyler O'Neill, a guy who kind of been, he had a great year a few years ago, and injuries and things kind of faded away. But 429, 10 ribbies, and 4 bombs in the last 7 days. And you keep going down. You got Andrew Vaughn. What a pickup by the Brewers. Something has happened to Andrew Vaughn. He's living up to his potential a little bit. But 3 home runs, 9 ribbies. Gotta love to see that. And then the rookie Roman Anthony also hitting 400 in the last 7 days. So that's what we got for page 2. Now, page 3, we just got 4 of them. Kyle Manzardo, 450. Brandon Marsh, 450. Cedric Mullins, 450. And then Sosa. Lennon Sosa. Sammy Sosa, I called him because he won us a bet and over just a couple days ago. But that's the last 4, and that's what we got for all the hitters on fire in the last 7 days. And now let's talk some Ks. Did anyone else just notice I rhymed? That was not intentional, but I will take it. Anyways, no great pitcher matchups today for the Ks. Again, 3 games, but let's just talk through a few. These are the 3 that have above average K rates and their matchups. So we got Pepio versus the Yankees. Yankees, 15th highest K rate, so average versus righties last 3 weeks. And then Andrew Abbott, Braves have the 8th lowest K rate versus lefties in the last 3 weeks, 20.7%. And then George Kirby against the Rangers. Rangers, 19th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks. So again, nothing, great matchup-wise. If you're just going off those numbers, you can do some more research also, see what pitchers these guys have actually faced and all that kind of stuff. But either way, that's what we got for the pitcher K matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are all 3 matchups. That's right. If you're new to the channel, again, we do this every single day to help you out. Averages have been updated a little bit. Nothing really changed, though. Pepio versus Stroman to start us out. Pepio, after a bit of a rough stretch, he threw 6 shutout innings with just 2 hits allowed last start at Cincy. He's had 6 or more Ks now in 4 of his last 5 starts. And then we got Marcus Stroman. No more than 4 Ks in the start of the season. Not surprising because he's not a strikeout guy. Barely throws 90. Coming off a 4 walk, 4 earned run start versus Philly. I think this guy's going to fade, and I think he could lose his spot in the rotation. He's had a couple of decent starts to start out, but I just don't think he's a very good pitcher, especially at this stage of his career. And then speaking of this stage of their career, Carlos Carrasco Tabasco, first start for the Braves, and his first start this year since May 4th. He is 38 years old and has a bingo date with Rich Hill, Dallas Keuchel, and Justin Verlander after this game. Seriously, I'm 39. This is great. I love making fun of him. But anyways, Andrew Abbott, he just threw 6 innings, giving up 2 hits and 1 earned run last start versus the Rays. 2 or less earned runs now in 7 of his last 8. This guy has been solid, guys. We're this deep into the year. He's sitting at a 2.09 ERA. Just slightly above average K rate. Good command. 7.2 hits per 9. Under 1 home run per 9 innings. Gotta love to see that. And then we end out in the Pacific Northwest with the Texas Rangers take on my Seattle Mariners with Kumar Rocker versus George Kirby. I don't know who that is. But Rocker, been hit and miss this season. Mostly missed, though, to be honest. He has an insane 9.91 ERA on the road this year. 6 walks now in his last 10.1 innings. He's thrown a few really great games in there as well, but he has looked bad for the most part this year. And then Kirby still isn't himself, like we talked about. He's given up 10 earned runs with 7 walks in his last 17 innings. If you know anything about Kirby the last couple of years, he was on a historic pace for how good his command was. 7 walks in 17 innings is absolutely insane for him. Again, he used to be one of the best command pitchers in the league. But that's what we got for the 3 pitcher matchups and all the averages on the bottom. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, we head out to Cincinnati where the Reds host the Atlanta Braves. Reds on the money line minus 158. Braves money line plus 129 with a total of 9.5 runs. My best bet, it's an alternate run line. Give me the Reds -1 at -117 on DraftKings. for a half unit here. Again, if they win by 1, we push and we move on. It's a little too juicy just on the money line. I don't mind the -1.5 as well. But remember, it's trade deadline day, so you never know what's going to happen. But in this case, I know one thing. If the Braves make any trades, it's because they're in full sell mode. We could see Marcell Ozuna, who's been in some trade rumors, or other players be traded away, which would only help this. And the Reds, we know they're going for. They're trying to get a wild card spot. Just added Key Brian Hayes to this lineup. Great third baseman, great defensively. But anyways, let's talk starting pitcher matchup in this one. Andrew Abbott versus Carlos Carrasco. I don't need to say it. There's an advantage, and it's on the Reds. Andrew Abbott has been solid. 2 or less earned runs in 7 of his last 8. He's been really good at home, which is not easy to do in Cincinnati. 1.93 ERA, 1.21 whip. In this small ballpark, that is very impressive. He limits hard contact, which is obviously very important. 91st percentile on hard hit rate, 79th percentile average exit velocity. Shown really good command this season as well. And then Carlos Carrasco. This man has been struggling in the minors after he was demoted. He struggled in April and May in the majors, giving up 3+ earned runs in 5 of 8 starts. He doesn't miss many bats. He will give up hard contact, which is not good in this ballpark. And then on the road, just 11.2 innings this year, but he had a 9.26 ERA with a 3.77 average against. So it was not pretty. We know he's close to 40. This is not a guy who's all of a sudden improving or anything like that. We saw some minor league teams get to him. But offenses, Braves have been swinging it better versus lefties. When they face the better lefties, they do struggle a bit more. But you got to remember, now there is no Ronald Acuna in the lineup. Again, Marcell Ozuna, someone else could be traded, not counting on it. But without Ozuna, that's a big problem there. And then the Reds, been hit and miss versus righties, obviously. It's hard to trust this offense. I've been mad at them many times this year. But again, minor league teams were getting to Carrasco. This is not just your normal right-handed pitcher. I'm expecting him to not pitch very well. Again, I've made fun of him all video. He is going to throw an 8-inning shutout. Probably no hitter, maybe. You never know. But anyways, he's only in the majors because the Braves lost their entire starting rotation. That's why they're adding all these older veteran type guys. So overall, I think the Reds I think Abbott goes deep into this game. Probably only need 2 to 3 innings. Reds bullpen in pretty good shape here. Much better starting pitcher here for the home team. One team is making a push for the playoffs. The other is in big time sell mode. They do not care to win anymore. Give me the Reds -1. That is my first and only best bet. That's right. 3 games. That's all I got for you. But before we get out of here, let's talk another lean. All right, I only got 1 lean for you on this tiny, tiny slate. I have not made this bet yet. This doesn't mean absolutely go bet it, but it's just another bet to kind of talk through and something I was looking at. It's the over 7.5 of the Mariners and the Rangers game. These teams have played 9 games this season. They have gone over in 6 of those 9 games. In fact, in the last 18 head-to-head matchups, they are over this line in 13 of them. That's right. These guys hit when they play each other. We got Kumar Rocker versus George Kirby. Rocker struggling mightily on the road, as I mentioned earlier. Kirby's also not his usual self, walking more guys than normal, as you heard on the pitcher report, giving up 10 earned runs now in his last 3 starts. Now, offenses, Mariners just added Eugenio Suarez. That's right. We are now the Diamondbacks of the West. Well, Diamondbacks are on the West, too. You get what I'm saying. Either way. They have now Eugenio Suarez to pair with Josh Naylor, Julio Rodriguez, who's starting to heat up a little bit, Cal Raleigh, who obviously is a front runner for MVP right now. So I expect them to have a much deeper lineup as well. Rangers been much better. They're top 5 offense since the All-Star break, like we kind of anticipated when I gave out that midseason future for them to make the playoffs. They've been playing pretty well, but the only worry here is it's in Seattle. Obviously, it's not easy to score runs in Seattle. Both teams are coming off late games on the road last night, so maybe you get a little bit of a flat spot. Those are a little bit of my worries there, but other than that, I do like the over 7.5 in this one as a possible lean. We'll see if I pull the trigger on this or any other bets, but that's what I got for you today on the small 3-game slate. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. 1 is the loneliest number. That's right, just 1 bet. Reds -1, -117 on DraftKings for a half unit. That's all we got on this small slate. Thank you guys for watching. As always, really appreciate the support. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And of course, hope you have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.